Hi, my name is Jonathan Stelly, and the author I chose and feel was very significant during the Reconstruction period was W. Du Bois. W. Du Bois played a significant role during the Reconstruction period. He used his experiences as well as the environment around him to distinguish the works of society during the time period that he was alive, and even after. Even though Du Bois grew up with little racism, he eventually ran into racism and inequality when he attended the historically black University of Fisk in Tennessee. Du Bois used used this experience as a foundation and base um, for his work and theories eventually that he eventually overcame through personal responsibility. This wasn't the only thing, though. He overcame through personal responsibility when he produced the Philadelphia Negro, which was a case study into which he went to a neighborhood and got all of, a lot of black individuals that had bad health conditions, social illnesses, and such as poverty, prostitution, and things of that nature. And he really analyzed what was going on with them. He forcefully pointed out that this was even the reason why black people were going through what they were going through because of racism. This wasn't, like I said again, this wasn't the only thing that he created to prove power of racism and inequality of his people, but another, like most of his body of work gave us a documentation of what it was like to be black in America during that time. And Du Bois overcame through personal responsibility, producing three autobiographies, and a book called The Souls of Black Folk, to which was tied to, opposed to Booker T. Washington. And in this book, he had like poetry, he had the autobiographies, he had memoirs, he had pictures, and they all represented what blacks were going through and how they were really living under certain conditions of that time. And it was just, like I said, it was a representation of the diversity of black experience, and it showed, like, well, once he founded the Niagara movement, which was it opposed Booker T. Washington's racial accommodation theory, because he had, I believe he had some white leaders, or maybe one or two, like half white, half black leaders within this organization, and it became the forerunner of NAACP, which he was appointed the editor of the Crisis soon after, rather. Du Bois made his responsibility in the magazine to promote the lives and protest and uplift his black people. Like, he used this time to, put in the editor section that he was in control of, to show what was going on, how he felt about it, and what needed to be done. And this, as Du Bois was doing this, he created a consciousness not only for black people but for white people to see us and see exactly what's happening, even though they probably didn't care. He still made it known, and like that's where the term double consciousness comes from, where he branched off saying how dominant. This dominant group, preferably whites, talking about. He's saying this dominant group was controlling everything, and blacks, we had our freedom, we had, some of our rights, but we still weren't allowed to do things that white people was able to do, you know, and that created a damaged self-imaging for blacks for how, whites perceived us to be. And that was like that was really conflicting when it came to being a black person in America. And I mean, overall, I just believe that W. Du Bois overcame through personal responsibility, because even though he didn't come from a hard neighborhood. He didn't come from, it was racist. They were so unequal. Like, he had teachers that helped him. They helped him. They guided him through school. They guided him to where he got. And with that knowledge, he used that to fight for black people. And that's just, I mean, he uplifted us. He protested for us. He did everything with and for us. And I mean, he knew where we originated. He knew where our culture came from. And he used that to the full advantage. I mean, many people today will even say, "Oh yeah, we're in a post-social, a post-racial society," and I mean, even though there's still inequalities based upon race today, like, things aren't just easy for us, and even now. So I feel like that was all overcoming through personal responsibility, because he reconciled us. He reconciled our identities as blacks, and that's why he was the man. That's how he was such an important and significant figure to me. And thank you for watching my video. My name is Jonathan Stelly again. Bye bye.